ensured that children aging out of foster care can successfully make the transition to adulthood. So let me introduce, I'll start with Cameron right here. Say hello. Hi, Cameron. Cameron Anderson comes to us from Tampa, Florida, where he is currently working on obtaining his associate's degree in political science at Hillsborough Community College. But Cameron is also an entrepreneur who owns his own lawn service business called, I love this, Cut It Up. So anyone from Florida, make sure that you get Cameron's card immediately. And Cameron has been involved in the Jim Casey Youth Opportunities Initiative program for 4 years. Sitting next to Cameron is Sixto, who lives in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and is currently a senior at a high school senior at the Bridge Academy, and he's been involved in the Jim Casey program for 2 years. What I loved about when I met Sixto is that he handed me his business card, which, by the way, I forgot all of my business cards, so I'm incredibly impressed that he remembered to bring his. And I found out that he's also the chair of the Southwest Connecticut Leadership Board, where he is an avid advocate for foster care youth. So welcome. I'm going to... So let's just start off. Tell us a little bit about how you heard about the IDA program, and I think for all of us who are engaged in this work, we'd also really love to know not only what you heard, but how you reacted. Is there something about it you really liked? Was there something that you're a little skeptical about?
Okay. I first heard about the program when I was 15 years of age in foster care. I actually heard it through a life skills training where I was learning how to manage a house, budget for bills. So when I transitioned out, I would have those necessary skills, to go in and to be successful in life. The program at that time, I really didn't like saving. I really didn't understand the concept truly until I got to that point of transitioning out. I mean, it was to the point where, I first started looking into it and realized that, this is a great opportunity. This opportunity, I can pay for books, I can pay for my college and things of that nature. So I eventually started saving. That I had to start direct deposit because evidently if I just got a check, it's gone. That's kind of how it is sometimes. But so I started getting the concept more of direct saving and kind of strategically planning. Okay, this is what I want to do with this money for this week. I'm going to save for 6 months so that I can get this asset. And it also gave me time to. I realized that time is also an asset as well, and that while investing in my education, using the account to pay for my books, that allowed me to really, to learn how to manage money. And in a sense, I decided, let me take a semester off. I have 4 more semesters left. Let me go ahead and take a semester off and solely focus on, something on entrepreneurship, which is my Cut It Up lawn service business. And so it was really great.
With me, my social worker had presented it to me after I had joined the youth board. So it was like one of those automatic things where you're on the youth board, you get a stipend for your time. So it will go directly to your IDA account. And in Connecticut, we have 2 accounts that are set up with our IDA. The ones that are regular account that we can access at any minute, and then the other is our IDA. So both our payment is split into 2. So it was a great opportunity for me. I went to the financial literacy training after that. And after that, for the first year, I was a little slow on saving. And then once I matched my first CD, I had to do it 2 more times. I became obsessed with matching for CD. The financial security, just, it's Christmas time, let me just go buy something nice for myself. Also, from there, I just moved on and bought a car. So this past summer.
Well, it'd be really helpful for all of us in the room if you'd be willing to share with us not only the positive outcomes and experiences, but also how hard is it to stay on track? Sort of, what happens when if you had a moment where unexpected things have occurred in life and you haven't been able to stick to the plan. And how did you get back on track? What support out there really made a difference?
I really have to say that we receive a lot of support from the staff who are in charge of the IDA in Bridgeport, Connecticut. She's awesome. This is a marvelous woman who's constantly asking me, do you have money for your IDA? And your goal was $68 for the month. She actually creates 2 little business cards. One, for example, if your goal is to buy a car, so she'll have the car that you want on one side of the business card, and then your goal, like let's say $68 a month, save $68 a month. So you put in your business card every single time you open, your wallet, every single time you go to open up your wallet, you see that, and you're like, oh, should I buy this? And then the other card that is extremely useful, there's another card that she created for us, and it says, am I buying this because I'm depressed? Am I buying it because it's on sale? And the biggest one I feel that always gets me, will I come back tomorrow and buy this? And if you're not going to come back tomorrow and buy it, then you don't really need to buy it. So it's one of those things that is a great tool helper, like I said, in difficult times when you want to just spend the money or go have a great time, and there's a big goal out there.
Cameron, do you want to add anything?
Sure. It was hard to say, and it still is hard to say, but especially when it comes to building assets and trying to get necessary assets for my business. So far, I managed to put in place some ways to prevent me from spending. For one was a direct deposit, and I just had to figure out take 10% of this check and direct deposit, and the rest was this account, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. So I had to kind of get strategical. I'm amazed at the budget that it takes to to have a program or event conference such as this one, to this magnitude. Because that's budget. So it is hard. It is hard, but I already had to just change the way I thought about money, and said, you know what, if you want this for tomorrow, you're gonna have to start saving for tomorrow and not just spending for today. Because every day I turned around, I was going through the same financial issue, and the account allowed me to say, you know what, I have some kind of financial backing. And one thing about the account, once the money's in, you can't get it out. You have to sign particular things to get the money out. And if you match and unqualified matches, it's all paperwork. So it kind of instills in me at the same time that, you know what, okay, when I sit down with my finances, I'm not going to impulsively spend. I'm going to sit down, fill out some paperwork, and think about it first. And that's really what's kind of helped me stay on track.
I just wanted to ask you both, what do the people in your life sort of see? Your friends, you have to sometimes make difficult choices. What do they say? Have you influenced them at all?
I will actually have a mentor out in Tampa, Florida. He's real estate. He's a real estate agent. He owns property. And that was a great door opener that, he initially provided for me, because that was a permanent connection, that I had. And it really allowed me to have someone to be a guide in life. Because sometimes we don't have that right guide in life, you kind of direct something, kind of safety, what you're doing. But nonetheless, it's, my friends, oh man, you're kind of cheap, we're going to the thrift store and but hey, I'm a college student, man. We have to start picking up and directing, and start developing this habit.